Daniel Cohn-Bendit on behalf of the group of the Greens European Free Alliance. You have the floor, sir.
Monsieur le Président,
Mr. President, our candidate, colleagues, am I hallucinating? Apparently, everything has changed and so I'm still here. Apparently everything's changing and Barroso is the guarantor of stability. And then I heard Mr. Daul. Well, I was campaigning in France ahead of the elections, and in France people said banks, it's Sarkozy. Climate change, it's Sarkozy. Changes in Europe, it's Sarkozy. And here Daul is saying, this is Barroso, this is Barroso, this is Barroso. It's extraordinary what you're saying. Yes, yes. I know you're annoyed at my 1968 past and all the rest of it. I know it annoys you, and you always come out with the same old stories and complaints. But José Manuel Obama, yes, he can. All the things he couldn't do in 5 years, you're going to see that now he is going to do everything. And so heads of state and government, Mrs. Malmström, the old Barroso is gone. You're going to have to listen to him. You're going to have an integrated policy now, no coordination anymore. Sorry, Mr. Barroso, you've got to stop this. We do, after all, know you. You've been around for 5 years. And in those 5 years, we haven't ever heard you say, I've made a mistake. Just like me. But that's because you talk about European values and ethics. This is the problem, Mr. Barroso. If you really want to change things, you have to explain things to members of parliament. You have to explain things to the citizens. The response to the financial and economic crisis must at the same time be a response to the environmental crisis. And if you want to respond to these crises, you have to transform. Reforming isn't enough. You have to transform Europe's economic and social heart. Why have the banks gone crazy? Because we have a system which makes them crazy. Because all the time it's more, more, more and faster. Mr. Barroso, do the heads of state and government, do the majority of this parliament want to come out and say, we want to call into question the more and faster? That is at the heart of this debate. Are we in favour of sustainable development? It's not about piecemeal measures. It's about explaining and understanding. It's about explaining that if you're to have growth, it has to be selective growth. Renewables, that can grow. There are other things that shouldn't grow. But it seems to me that I really am hallucinating. You were talking about the Lisbon process. You were talking about research. Mr. Barroso, please explain to me over the last 5 years. Sorry, 4 years, because the last year after the crisis you were a little more circumspect. But over those 4 years you were telling us that deregulation was at the heart of economic and environmental efficiency. Yes, you did. That's what you said, and I can quote back at you your speeches. And then when the crisis came along, you realized that it wasn't working. And it's good that you noticed. I've never said you're dishonest. What we've said is the way you have led the Commission, President Barroso, has not inspired our confidence. You are a European, but at the same time you're locked into an ideology which led to the crisis and isn't a way out of the crisis. And Guy Verhofstadt, that really takes the biscuit. We've said and Mr. Barroso is glad. We said we weren't going to vote in July. Now everybody's saying it's good that we didn't vote in July because at least he was able to present his programme. If we'd have done it the Daul way, if we'd done it the Barroso way, we'd have voted without a programme in July. And so at the very least, I think you should thank us for giving you the opportunity to present your programme. Don't mention it. And secondly, you say, why postpone further? The reason's very simple, and we've never had this before. The people of Ireland are going to vote in 3 weeks, and if they vote yes, as I think they will, if we're to have the Treaty of Lisbon, then we'll have a new situation for this Commission. And you're saying to us, we have to act now because we've got an economic crisis. You'll see what you're going to see. In the 2 months to come, he's going to put together his Commission. He won't have time for Lisbon. He won't have time for Copenhagen. He'll be negotiating with Sarkozy. Is Barnier going to get internal market? What's he going to give to the Poles? What's he going to give to the Germans? What's he going to give to the British? Because it's horse trading, the Commission. And horse trading is going to keep him busy. So while he's busy trading horses, then other people are going to be trading things in Copenhagen. That is the reality. And so I'll conclude by saying, Mr. Barroso, you are a man of honour. You're a man of honour, it's true. But one thing is for sure, the Green Group in the European Parliament does not have faith in you and will vote against your appointment because we think we need someone better than you.
Mr. President Cohn-Bendit, it was maybe exciting speech, but we have our rules, and all the presidents before you kept very strongly to the rules. So please,